All right, so not that much time has gone by actually in order to, um, you know, get what we're looking for. So I know we were saying that we wanted to see some more development here in this price action, but really looking at this realistically, right? So we have our key level down here. We came down and made a deep retest into the level right here. And so the thought process is that this is the lowest and only um, and last retest of this level relative to our price action here. And so then what do? We come up, we make a higher low, and it appears to be that we are making another higher low here. So the idea is that if we come back down really into this level to retest, if we were looking for that in terms of going long with buy limits down here, um, it would be likely that coming down into this level again, we would see this level broken and obviously stopped out if we were going long. So that's really the whole idea here is that this was our main, sort of final retest into this level. And from here, yeah, we get a higher low relative to this low, and it appears to be that is what we're doing again here, and so we can get a move to the upside. So anyway, fairly simple stuff. Maybe this would be an example of just waiting it out. Maybe it would end up, playing out nicer if we would just sort of let this develop another couple candles before getting in. But it's really no big deal. It's not. If this level is broken and we are stopped out, then again, what's likely to happen? We would, yeah, sure, we get stopped out, but eventually we could get something like this, and that's what we would really look for. So anyway, I think this is going to end up being a nice position. We're just targeting this high up here because it's a good ratio. And yeah, as long as our stops are below this low down here, I think we're going to be all set. We're going to be safe with that. So um, anyway, yeah, that's the position we're looking at now. And if we the 15, yeah. Okay, so we're just going to let this develop here. All right, so looking at our trade now, it's actually funny. I was saying that, after this low, I didn't believe we would really tap down into this low again, but we did. Thankfully, obviously, we did not get stopped out because um, our stop loss is below this low here. So obviously, if that is the case, right, we have our stops below recent structure, we're going to be fine unless it becomes invalidated, right? If we get stopped out, then it would be very likely that we would make a new low and then have more of a bearish day, right? So anyway, where we are now, though, yeah, we could have uh, gotten a much better entry. What I was saying earlier of thinking that was the low, that's obviously fine and worth the risk because our stop loss makes sense, right? So we could endure that drawdown without getting stopped out, but obviously could have had a better potential entry down here and then just had a lower stop loss, that sort of thing. But it's all good. So what we're looking at now is we've moved up pretty nicely off of this level, right? If we look at a 4-hour chart, this looks very nice. Um, we're just seeing the market really respect this level here, right? We're just sort of within this range from here to here, though. So nice, very bullish 4-hour candle. Go back to the 30. Yeah, we're pulling back a bit, and I think there's no issues with our target up here, right? We're just looking at the recent level, and again, we're in an uptrend. We're bouncing off a higher time frame key level. Would make sense that we can finally break this level now. So just a little update. Overall, really good setup. Our entry was fine. Maybe cut it a little close with the stop loss, but again, like I said, it's underneath this structure. So if it was broken and we got stopped out, then it would sort of have invalidated this move to the upside, right? So anyway, we're just going to let this play out. We may at some point, depending on how this forms, maybe the next hour or so, move stops a little bit. So yeah, anyway. All right, so as we work our way up here, I'm actually going to look to close part of this, keep the rest open with stops at break even. Could just move it up a little bit slightly into profit here below this low, and with that you'll be fine. And really part of the reason is it's almost 1 o'clock here. We're nearing the end of U.S. trading time, and so volume will be lower, and obviously we had a nice swing here. A series of very high volume bullish candles. We're nearing a minor resistance. Obviously, it's not as important as this level up here that we are targeting. However, I do think there is a chance of maybe a what could just be a pullback, and eventually we blow through this target. But I just want to kind of take advantage of this relative high that we have here, right? Um, like I said, it's pretty nice run up of not really many pullbacks. I think we'll get some sort of pullback here, and maybe who knows, that could be a re-entry opportunity. But really, I'm trying to just take my profit when I have it, right, and conserve everything I can. So anyway, just my preference. That's what I'm doing. All right, so this actually makes me laugh because remember we had said as we were pushing our way up that we were closing a partial position and then letting the rest continue with stops at break even. So that ended up pretty much being the high. So uh, the rest we are out, but we still closed this trade with a profit, although this happened, right? So um, that's why a lot of times I am quick to move my stops to break even or even into profit, and I am also extremely quick to um, sometimes manually close a trade early, even if I have a defined target, right? Because yes, we were targeting this level right here, which we got very close to, but you don't want to let something like this that's so close to your target take away a loss from or a win from you, right? You don't want that to turn into a loss no matter what. Um, so that's why instead of if I would would rather take a little bit less profit and just really be precise and really get out with profit when you have it, right? So anyway, that's it is a bit funny that we got so close and then completely completely reversed. So with where we are now, I'm not sure if I mentioned this previously, but yeah, we've broken down below this, and so um, really right now we've come down pretty far underneath this zone. Um, I think it's 6:30. Just really waiting for market open and especially the 30 minutes to an hour after market open to really get a clear idea of what's going on here. Um, depending on how, if we retrace back into this zone, depending on how it is, we could look for a short. If it's very sharp and very quick, then I would definitely want to look for a short position to move down into this zone. Um, right? This was our zone. We keep looking at this zone, right? So, but if not, if the price action is a little bit different, then we're just gonna have to take it as we get it, right? So, um, but yeah, overall, so this trade was still a profitable position. We closed part of the position when we were getting pretty close to our take profit, but the rest was left open with stops at break even. So um, nothing wrong with that. Just you know, if we would have been a little too stubborn, we would have ended up just losing or getting out at break even instead of making getting any profit at all. But anyway, I think what we need to look for now going forward is just see how price reacts if it retests this zone. So, and if not, if we come back down to this zone, we're just going to have to be a bit more patient and then just take it a bit more slowly.